Hello, good morning. My name is Okunola Bolaji, and I'm an ICT expert. I'm here from Loving World Technology, and today we'll be talking about the IQ code. Um, so let's quickly kick off. First, let's go to access the IQ code. If you want to design an IQ code, you can use a different platform, but for the sake of this training, I'll be focusing on a platform from us. So first, you have to go to the company website, which is www.lovingworld.com. Um, you'll be landed on this page. So we'll have a lot of information coming on. So I'll close this. Then go to services. Then under services, go to free IQ sorry, free IQ code. Now from here, I'll be redirected to the IQ code website. This is the IQ code website. You can download the Android app directly from here and install it on your phone, which means you can do everything I'll be explaining here. You can follow me step by step from your phone. Everything I'm explaining now, you can just follow me with your phone step by step without any headache. So now let's quickly kick off. And if you have your system with you, you can easily follow me in line. Now let's quickly continue. The first thing to ask ourselves is, what is this QR code? That's the first question. Now, QR code majorly are a an icon that have an embedded code to pass an information or to disseminate an information. Let's say, for instance, now I want to put information about my location, whereby if anybody in an organization and anybody is coming to my company or my church or my mosque or my working place, I want a situation whereby if they scan this code, they should be able to get a map or a direction that will take them to the place. Now, the entire code will be embedded inside a shape, whereby when you read it with your phone camera or with a third party application, it gives them the information that was being embedded inside. Now, there are a lot of information we can do. There is a lot of things we can do with this. The website is free. There is no any charges on it. Now, that's just what it's all about. Like, for instance, now you want to make payments. You can easily embed what you want in a payment, whereby people will make payment directly to your company or to your personal account without you or without any need for them collecting your account number. The same thing for all sports and so on and so forth. So now, I know if you want to know deep much about IQ code, the definition, and the rest, Google is our friend. But here, I want to tell you the practical aspect on achieving the goal. That's the practical aspect of taking you to a level whereby you can have the IQ code, and you can easily design as many as you want on your own. So now let's click off. The website was designed by us, and you have access to upload your personal logo if you want. I will try and do some of this in an example. You only have two formats here. Sorry for that. We only have two formats here. We have the .ng and .sav, depending on the design you are going for. .ng will be good without any background. Both of them are okay, so go for any one you have. We have a multiple language from here, so you can change to any other language. But for the purpose of this webinar, I will focus on the English all through. So now let's quickly kick off. Now the first section here is talking about the link. Now we have different sections here, which I will try as much as possible today to practically demo, practically most of them. We have the link. The link is, you want to embed a link. Let's say you want people to go to your website, or even a particular website that does not have. Maybe you design a subdomain somewhere, or you have a URL somewhere. You can easily create a subdomain here. A URL. You can easily copy the URL here and have a QR code being generated. If the QR code is being generated, it's easy for you to read it at any point. That will lead people directly to the website. We have location. It's not allowed to be able to look search for your location and then create an QR code location for yourself. Then we have email, text. Like email is just to be able to get that email across. We have the text message. We have the call. So now let me quickly do some of these things one after the other. We have the SMS and we have the WhatsApp and the rest. So let's start with the link. Now for the link, you can easily say you want to, let's say now I'm interested in let's say I'm interested in a particular website, maybe my Facebook page, maybe my Facebook link, maybe let me look for someone Facebook link. Let's see. Let's really go to facebook.com/lovebean. I want to go to our link. Lovebean. One word. So, just to be able to explain the link. Now, this is our land page on Facebook. If you are interested, you can follow us at any time, and try as much as possible. If you have any question, you can see the question directly to any of our channel. So from here, now let's say I want people to come directly to this using a IQ code. All I need to do is copy the web URL. Now you can use this. You can do this for your personal website. You can do it for a subdomain. You can do it for anything that do with URL. Then come back to the website. All I need is just to put the URL here. Make sure the HTTP is there. If it is HTTP or HTTPS, if it is secure website or not secure website, but make sure you copy the right thing directly. I can remove the last slash and I can leave it there, which is all the same. Now here now, this option is giving me access to be able to control the QR code. For instance, let's say where I want to use it. Let's assume I want to put this on our magazine. Some of you have seen magazine that come with it. Now, if let's say I want to put this on a magazine, and I already know I have a particular size I want the magazine. I want to use on the magazine, like the height and the weight of exact thing I want on the magazine. I can easily come here and reset the size. The default is 400. You can change it to 200. You can put it to 700, 800, depending on what you are looking. And you can easily set, is it low, is it middle, is it high. Then here I can set the background color. Like in this case now, the background color is white. But I can decide to use another background color based on the place where I want to put the printing or where I want to put the design. I can decide to off the background. I want the background to be transparent, which means I want a situation whereby the background will be transparent. There will not be any picture under it, or there will not be any color under it, which means I can easily place it on anything. Start working on a PNG file, so I can easily on this. But for the sake of this thing, okay, let me also off the background so that there won't be any background. Then the main color, what color do you want the design to be? Now for instance, I can say I want my design to be blue, if blue will be more palatable for what I'm doing. So I will just say, okay, let me use something like blue. And if you know the exact code of what you want to use, you can just copy them and paste it here for some of you that have deep knowledge on graphic design before. And I can decide to say I want this thing to be in two. That's what make our site more better and more different from any other platform, even paid platform. Now I can decide to make it gradient, which means I want to mix two colors together. So let's say I want to mix color blue and color red together. Like I want it both of them to have blue and maybe a touch of red if I'm using two color. If I want it to just go around it, I can run this, which means it to go. If I want to have a custom, if I want to have another custom band, I can easily come here and change the color of my custom band, which in this case, let me just keep with the design I've been using. So I will just, let me just copy this particular and paste it here so that it's just like I'm using the same thing. Then hedge dotted is talking about how do you want the edge of the design to look like. You can easily pick from any of our design. Since we are loving, let me just use the love. You can use anything. Then which shape did I want the edge curve to be? I can just decide to use anything. Like since I'm using love inside, then let me pick the marker to be, let's say something like this. I think it will be better. Is that this or this or this? But let me go with this. And let's see. Mark at the center. Now which mark do you want to use at the center, and how do you want the mark to be at the center? You can decide to adjust it to anything. Let's say I'm using love here too. Then logo. Here now is if you want to put your logo at the center of the QR code. So in this case now, If you don't want to click it and it will be gone. If you want it, you have to select. You can select any of this here. Like I'm dealing with link now, I can decide to use this, and then I can decide to upload a logo. Let's quickly do this first, then I will come back on uploading logo, just in case if you want to use your own company logo. So if after you are done, just click on generate here, giving a few minutes, and the HiQ code will be generated for you. So do you see how beautiful it is? Now because I use a gradient, and because see everything we did come up here, like from the color I remove the background color, which means I can put this thing on any page. I make sure I make it a gradient. That's why I mix two color, and that's why when you check the two color was mixed and very colorful. I select the color for the marker band, which is this edge, and this edge. Then I select the band and then the center, which is this, and I'm the one that select love shape for the dot, which is the one inside, and then I select the other shape for marker band, which is this. You can choose any of the shape that you wish to, and then the design in between. You see I choose this love for the center, and you see that when you check this, when you check inside here, everything here look like love, because that's the pattern I choose. You can still come here and choose any of the pattern. You can choose box, you can choose any of the pattern that is here. Now let's say if you are done with this, you can still download. You can print it. If I click on print, then I have access to print it as PDF. If I want, I can send it directly to your printer to print it out, put it in any place within your office, any location within your office, and boom, people can easily scan with their phone and direct them to that website. 2, I can decide to download the PNG by clicking, and you see the PNG have already been downloaded here. Okay, let's say I want to use I don't want to use this. I want my own logo. So all I need to do is scroll down. I don't think I have a logo here in my system, but let me figure out to get one. So if I come to the home page, okay, let's say I'm using this logo, which is one of our SEO logo. You see immediately the logo is being added here. If I'm leaving the default settings the way I've left it, I can just click on generate again and see what happened. You see now, do you see what happened? I have my logo here at the center. Now this logo did not actually come out very well because of the color combination I choose. Assuming I've selected black at the background, it will have come out more brighter, and depending on the color combination you use. So, and I can change the head. I think we get this. So that's how to create a HiQ code. Very simple and straightforward. Every other one, let's say I want to go for location. The location we are working on it, there are some little updates from Google, which I'm very sure it will be fixed very soon. If you are dealing with email, the same way, send to the email you want, where you want to send the email to. Let's say I should send it to Bolaji, Bolagi, Bolaji at LoveBeingWord. Okay, let me change my keyboard. Bolaji at LoveBeingWord.com, and let's say the subject is test my website. And then let's say the content should be testing LoveBeingWord technologies QR code. So now let's say this is the message I want to send across. Now the optional here, we can easily change this. So let me just decide to change this back. Let's say transparent background. Let's say I can remove the gradients, so which means I'm using one color. I can make that one color any color, let's say black. I can mark the edge, leave the edge the color I match it. I think that one is okay. I'm using love. Now I can change the love to, let's say, star, and then the curve edge to let's say circle, and then the shape, the general shape, let's say I'm using the normal box, and then the logo, I maintain the logo, and then come here, generate. Do you see? Because of the color combination I changed now, you see that the whole thing, sequence and everything change based on the settings I change here. So based on what I choose here. Now from here now, here you can easily send an email. If you click on this now, you can download this, and anybody that scan this, it will redirect them to where they will send email to this particular, and this image will be generated. The same thing for text message. This will automatically pump it up on their text message and put the message you want. You have actually put here. Same thing for calls. You just select your country code. In this case now, I'll be looking for Nigeria. Just N and then scroll down. Nigeria. And then put my phone number. Follow the same procedure. So I can hide this if I don't want to do any serious settings on it again. Just come here, select my logo. I can use something like this for the contact, and then generate, and I will have it immediately. Do you see? So because this, you see that this one does not have too much index because the information on it is short. It's very small information. You can do the same thing for SMS. Select the code, select the number, and then the message. You can do the same thing for WhatsApp. Like once people scan it, it automatically links them to your personal WhatsApp page or WhatsApp group or your personal WhatsApp account. So from there, people can easily chat you up. You can do that for Skype accounts. You can do that for wireless. Let's say you have a wireless in your office and people come in to browse. So you want to be changing the password every day, and you don't want people giving yourself a headache, or you don't want people to be asking, "This what's the URL of your password of your server? What is the password?" You can just give it the name of the network, the security level, and then the password. So you can decide to, if you don't want to use the password, you can just hide. If it's something you don't want it to use, then from here you can set the option as usual, upload your logo and generate again. Very straightforward. You can just, let's say my Wi-Fi is Logbin, BEING, Logbin word. So then let's say I'm using my password now. Let's say I'm using just testing or test me at now. Now if I'm using something like this as my password, I can change the color. I don't want to talk about this. The section is the same for everything. I can choose an icon that's related to Wi-Fi. I can generate it. Now from here, you see, the more information you have on the IQ code, the more how small the index will be, because information is being stored in this index. So now from here, now anybody that scans this information will automatically connect to the Wi-Fi, and to scan it, all you need to do is just, you can easily get one of our app from our app store that give you access to be able to scan the IQ code if your phone is not compatible. But when you have most of the Xiaomi, Samsung phone should have their camera have an inbuilt smart cam, so you can easily scan this thing without even using any third-party application. So, and that's that. You can do the same thing for your, like for example, now you have a complaint, you want people to have information of your complaint, or people come to your office and they say, how can please can you give me your complimentary card? And you don't want to be printing complimentary card regularly. You can just come here, create any of them. You have the higher the fashion, the more information you have here. So like, let's say I'm creating fashion 2.1. All you need to do is just put the name. This is the information that will be stored directly once they scan on the phone automatically. So I can just say Logbin. Let's say I'm creating a profile for the complaint. Our first name should be Logbin Word, and our last name should be Technologies. Now, the phone number for complaint is 080-990-8001. For some of you that have one or two questions, there's a question section beside on the screen. You can easily drop some question. I've seen some of you online. You can easily drop the comment question, and try as much as possible to reply as fast as possible, or pick them up one after the other. You can raise your hand too if you have any major questions, and I will give you a chance to talk. But this will be after the class, after the entire training, so that we can go that, and probably we will have a section to discuss that later. So now, if you have two numbers for your account, this one, I can just say I use my personal number for the second information. Now I've used this for this is the email address for the company, the website. This is the company website. All I need is just come here and copy, then put the website here, then company name. Since we are using this as a company provider, now if you are using this one as individual provider, this will be your name, your first name and last name. So I think that one is a bit easier, so that's why I just choose to. Then the title, I can leave the title. If you have Flux number, you can. The address, you can easily pick up the address and drop your address. Like in this case now, let me pick, sorry, in this place now, you can easily type your address here, and then put your location. So, and then this is optional, which we have discussed over and over, so I'm not doing much discussion on it again. Let me just use what I love to use most cases. Just provide this love type. So now so I can have the option just to minimize the stress. Then I'm creating a card, so an online card. So I can decide to use any of this. I can use this, and you can upload your own personal logo or a design logo. I've done an example of that. So then from here, I click on generate. Now once you generate, you have access to the page. Now you see that this thing is more, like it's more smaller. The reason is that there are too much information, deep more information inside. So anybody that scanned this information now have access directly to all this information. This information will automatically install as a contact on their phone, and that's what makes it different. That's one of the best things in this section. So that's how to do. If you have paper, for some of people joining us outside the country, you can easily come here, select what you want the paper to do. Is we want it to hurt the cause, you want to donate for people, for churches and some NGO organization that you need people donation. You can come here, put your email address. That's this email address is your paper email address. Then put the item, then the item ID, the price in US dollars, and any other currency that's been supported by PayPal, and that's all. And if you just want to use the pay now, you see that the information is different. Under pay now, you have your email address, the item name, the item code, and the price, the dollar, the shipping price, the tax price. Now you can do this now for a small shop. Let's say you have an institution whereby people have to pay a certain amount to be able to maybe take your class or do a training with you. If it is a fixed price, you can use something like this. Like for some of us within the country, within Nigeria, PayPal is not allowed. You can use Bitcoin or use Link. If you want me to take a class on how you can do that without you spending any money at all, you can let me know from the comment section. You can chat me up directly on WhatsApp, or you can drop message to my email, bolaji@lovingworld.com. I promise you, if I got the email, if a lot of people have an issue, but it's a very straightforward interface, which I may still be able to just take a class on it. Now for the Bitcoin, the same thing. Come here. What is the Bitcoin? What is your Bitcoin account? Just add your Bitcoin account, then amount of the Bitcoin you want to send. Remember, this is being updated every day, like intervally, based on the current Bitcoin tariff. So if you see, this was updated October 7th, which is just some days back. So it's updates pretty good. Then the item name, the message, and then you can change it, put your logo and generate. So I think this will do. If anybody have any questions now, please kindly drop your questions. I will try as much as possible to get in touch and try and reply. You can still check the chat section to see some of the reply, and it's okay. So thank you very much for joining the class. See you next week with another refreshing and outstanding training for you to be able to be the best. You can easily communicate with us at any point of time, and if you love what we are doing, if you have any software you want to learn, please kindly make a suggestion. One of our team will come in and make sure we get it for free. Thank you very much. We love you. Thank you. Once again, my name is Okunlola Bolaji. Thank you.